Welcome into week 11, La Famiglia Mista Fantasy Football Breakdown. It's your boy, the Commish, here to break down all the action from last week and get us ready to finish the season. Only 3 weeks of the regular season left. Get your teams ready for that late playoff push. Let's get into it. Starting off with Team Ilucci, Vinny's team versus Team Porter, Joey Porter out there. And high score of the week for Vinny, 119-80 victory. CMC is just good, 32 points. He also got Kemba and Nico to go for 18 and 19 respectively. Joey was led by Travis Etienne with 19, but 0 points from Quentin Johnson will kill him. Moving on to the next matchup. Big matchup in the New Jersey side of the bracket was E-Money versus Leader of the Family. And that game was decided by 5 points. Eric came through with a 113-108 win to secure that second place slot. He got 23 points from the Steelers for Eric, and that for Siobhan feels like a little bit of a betrayal. Her own team doing her dirty like that. He was led by his running back duo of Gibbs and Cook with 17 and 19. Siobhan got great games from Robinson, Etienne, and Pickens, but terrible games from Otten, Laddie, and Herbert. All 3 of those guys combined for under 10 points. Ouch. The next matchup is mine, Mikey D from Crooklyn versus King James, or Kingdom 719, and that's a James over here. I heard he was stealing oxygen from our mother. I mean, come on now. Your lungs that bad? Stop smoking. 109-96. 29 points from Travion on Thursday was enough to beat him. That's all I needed. James got less than 5 points from Kamani Vidal-Sassoon and Pitts combined. Moving on to chasing brown kids through the neighborhood versus first down, Cindy. And no JT, no problem. For Logan, that is. The 106-78 win. He got 29 points from Tedero McMillan and 21 from Kittle. Graham had several average performances up and down his lineup. Nothing worth mentioning. But what is worth mentioning on Logan's team is that we need a moment of silence for Michael's penis, who will no longer be rising to the occasion anymore this year. Ouch. Moving on to the next matchup, Neighbors deep balls over Team Stingo, 105-77. Dom gave Paul no chance this week. He got 42 points from Josh Allen, who accounted for 6 touchdowns. London and Andrews also threw in 15 apiece. Trey McBride led the way for Paul with 22. But Bo Nix's 12 points were the only other player in his lineup in double digits. Now moving on to the last matchup of the week, which is one of my favorites, and Jay Lou versus Hercus Burkus. And Jared coming through with the win, still fighting till the end, 95-73, really messing up John's playoff hopes. Kenneth Gainwell's 26 was huge for Jared. And to trust this newly put together Dallas defense, rewarding him with 11 points. John got a big game from T. Swift Kelsey, sorry, it's hyphenated. 19 points, but not going to win a lot of games when Lamar gets you 4 points. Let's talk a little bit about free agents this week, and we had a spending spree. Dom spent big money, $35 on Emmanuel Wilson, and then he spent $10 on Michael Wilson. He beat out Eric and Siobhan for Emmanuel Wilson. Eric did get A.J. Barner for 15, and Siobhan picked up Brock Purdy. And I picked up Cleveland's defense. Let's talk trades. This is the last week of trades. Trade deadline is this week. I think it goes close to game time. If you want to get a trade, you should get it in today. Tomorrow, the latest, I guess. But Graham and Jared both made a trade earlier this week in order to get their teams better. Graham got Goff, and Jared got Caleb Williams and Brock Bowers. Good trade for both teams. Let's take a look at the scoring numbers, and Graham is still in the lead, who has 1,244 points on the season. Siobhan has closed that gap a little bit. She has 1,221 points, and I am behind her at 1,213 points. And Eric is in fourth place with 1,201 points. Nobody else is over 1,200. Let's look at the standings, and we'll start with the New York side. I am in first place with a 15-7 record. Vinny and James are in second and third, respectively, both with a 12-10 record. Dom is holding down fourth place, only one game back with an 11-11 record. Paul and Joey are in fifth and sixth, but both of them are not out of it, both with 9-13 records. Only 3 games back from a playoff spot right now. Graham is 15-7, in first place in the New Jersey side. Eric, who took over that second place spot, is 14-8 this week. And Siobhan is in third with a 13-9 record. Logan is 1 game back from the playoff slot with a 12-10 record. And John is mathematically still in the playoff picture at 8-14, but he needs some help. Jared is still in the Jersey side. He had a big win, and he is 2-20. Let's look at the matchups this week, and we got Dom versus James with big playoff implications. Dom could slide in and knock James out of the playoffs this week. Then you got Paul versus Vinny, and Paul needs a win to stay fighting for these playoffs. Then you have me versus Joey, and Joey can stay alive with a win, and I've got players suspended this week. Tua. Jesus. On the New Jersey side, we have Graham versus John. John needs a win and some help, and guess what? Just play spoiler over Graham. Then you got Logan and Eric with big playoff implications, only 2 games separating those two. And then finally, you have Siobhan versus Jared, where everybody wants to know, can Jared upset somebody else and ruin their season? Go Jared. That's all I got for you guys this week. Set your lineups. Only 3 weeks left of this season. Finish strong. Try and get in these playoffs. You do not want to be in that loser's bracket.